leadership structure is legally unstable right now because the convention was supposed to produce officers. That convention has been nullified. The legitimacy of the PDP's national leadership is now in question, and so Wike sits atop this matter. Officers produced from that convention cannot legally act for the party. Decisions taken by that leadership could be challenged in court, and it deepens the existing Makinde versus Wike factional struggle. The issue around Congress is the ruling means that processes tied to disputed leadership, including state congresses or reorganized party structures, could be legally void, and INEC will not recognize those leadership. Now, analysts have said that state executives dissolved by the caretaker leadership may actually remain valid in law, and any Congress conducted under the disputed structure may be an exercise in futility. In other words, leadership issue persists in that party. Now, those who are going to contest under the party for House of Assembly, House of Reps, Senate, using the party's logo, there's a risk.
They have.
If the party's leadership and Congress processes are invalid, candidates emerging from such structures could face legal challenges and they may lose election. We remember the Zamfara State problem with APC some time ago, where everybody in APC that won election lost on the ground of these party instability, and then PDP gained that state. Now, PDP candidates in all cycle elections could be disqualified. The reason you saw that nobody wanted to really seriously fly the flag of PDP in Ekiti, as well as in Osun State. In fact, the sitting governor fled. He did not defect. He fled. He ran away from the party because he knew that if he stayed with that party, even if he won the election, he might lose that victory. And so, PDP, in extreme scenarios, INEC may refuse to recognize nominees produced through the valid primaries, and that would be a ground for losing that election, even if they won the election. So, many problems. So let me come to Oyo State. I know Ibuko is going to make her comment. In Oyo State, what will be the fate of these candidates in Oyo State? Where will Seyi Makinde take them to? Gioji Diomo, the Agbowoni, and the likes. What would they do right now if this proceeds to the Supreme Court?
I think I would like to start by questioning, what is Wike still doing in PDP?
Wike is the owner of PDP right now.
And why did PDP allow so much dominance by Wike till now? I mean, when I say now, I mean till the crisis, escalated. Yes, we can trace it back to the PDP crisis. I mean, the G5 and say, it's not just Wike. But thinking right now, Wike is the only person that comes to mind for me that claims to be a member of PDP, but is working for the opposition as the FCT minister. That one by the side for me. And then the whole PDP crisis, I feel like it waters down their stake as opposition in the coming election. And there are a lot of battles. Now, with the appeal court judgment, they are left with probably going to the Supreme Court or them coming together as a party and actually resolve the issue as the internal crisis that it is. But it doesn't appear to be so, because at the end of the day, when oppositions point to maybe the presidency or one party pointing to the other and say that maybe they are the ones trying to scatter their party, there's a need to admit the fact that fundamentally the problem in PDP itself is the power blocks that are not hidden. It is the factions being created by Nyesom Wike against the faction of Governor Seyi Makinde, the faction of Bala Mohammed, and then a lot of issues that have been, growing over time. Is there a way forward for PDP, or has PDP gone into extinction? If you ask me, my take will be, I think there's a way out for PDP before the general elections. But would they be willing? Would they be willing to acknowledge or go through with it? I don't think so. The question that you asked about the way out, they have the option of fixing their internal crisis. Compromises being made by parties involved. I've talked about the factions that are existing contributing largely to the crisis that is existing. The Turaki-led faction that did a convention in Ibadan that has now been nullified by the appeal court. There is that, and we know that that's affiliated to the Governor Seyi Makinde faction. Now, if they go to the Supreme, now Makinde is already, Wike is already insisting that the convention will hold at the end of March, which would mean that there's a possibility for the crisis to deepen again. Because one of the things that the appeal court judgment emphasized is the invalidity of the convention based on the INEC not being notified in time. You know, there's the 21 notice for INEC to be able to validate the convention in itself. So now, if the convention happens as being announced by the Wike faction, would that in itself not deepen, the crisis? Because there's a possibility of another faction
going to court,
emerging as the legal, leader, quote and unquote, of the party. Okay. And then there can be possible battle with the one that was nullified by the appeal court. So like I said, I strongly believe that the crisis rocking the PDP can be resolved, which is address the issue as a party. Because at the end of the day, we need your position in the coming election.
Okay, so Wike offered a solution yesterday after that election. So after the judgment, let's listen to him a bit.
Now, this is March. Leave your ego. Leave your personal interest. Come back. Let's sit down. Now we're here. Can we see how we can forge ahead? It's an opportunity. But if you say you don't, of course, lawyers will tell you, no, let's go to Supreme Court. Mind you, the primaries will be from April to May. Now look at it, by the time you go to Supreme Court, you're barely doing harm, causing harm for your party which you say you love and which will not help us. For me, it's an opportunity. Let everybody come back, let's sit down. So you have tried, but the law has spoken. Let us stop this please and then see how the party will forge ahead. That's my own. I think that is an opportunity for PDP to look inwards and say, okay, we have fought. Now it's time to say, okay, enough is enough. Let's come back. Whatever we can do to put our hands together. Then we will, but if you continue with the fight, or let's go to Supreme Court like this, it is not going to all go well for the party. If you're along with this party, you not encourage it. But if you say you want to go, we are always also ready. Because for me, it is development of the law. The National Chemical Company is recognized to run the party affairs pending the National Convention. And the convention is on 29th and 30th. We have secured the approval of for the National Sports Commission to use the velodrome. Remember, we would have used the Eagle Square, but because APC is having their National Convention, 28 and 29, it will be difficult for PDP to clear or to keep the place ready against that 29. So they have to choose an alternative venue, which is the velodrome near the National Stadium. So they're already prepared for that convention, and it will hold by the grace of God.
Thank you. So that was Wike.
On a lighter note, I like his call and response kind of way that he talks.
Now, Wike is saying that there is no need to go to the Supreme Court.
Yes.
That they should come together, and then reconcile. That they should sheath their swords, bury their egos, and come together to deal with the matter. But will the other faction see it this way? Will Tanimu Turaki's faction, will Seyi Makinde, will Bala Mohammed stormed out of the court premises yesterday. Will they see it the way he's saying it? Is he speaking from the angle of he won? His faction, got the upper hand. Is that where he's speaking from?
And will he really
speaking from altruism?
And will he be really ready to compromise or just have his way at the end of the day? Because it has to be compromised. It's not just your way being, done. Because at the end of the day, it's a party. And it has to be in unity that is claiming that it wants to happen.
All right.